Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. I guess we'll just call this a channel update. I've got a lot of stuff that I have in the pipeline to actually do videos on. Some of these things may or may not make it into a video, but I thought I would at least give them a little airtime now in this kind of hodgepodge of things that I've recently purchased and a couple things that I've had around for a little while. What I'm going to be doing also on the channel in the near future for at least a little while is I'm going to be participating in the 2 for Tuesdays. So you probably will not see a Wednesday airing for a while. When I do get around to those Wednesday airings, you'll probably see some new reviews of a couple of the knives that you're actually going to see now also. The bottom line is I have had quite a few things going on in my life right now, and they have been taken away from producing stuff for the channel. In any case, with that said, let's move forward. But before I go forward, let me take a step back. I'm sure some of you recall seeing this one. This is the Rough Rider Mushroom Hunter Knife 2. Here's the box for it. But I modified it into just a normal hawkbill blade. And part of what I did there was remove the boar's hair brush that was on the back of this. And when I did that at the time, I threw them in the box here, all the little boar's hair pieces, and I said I'm going to use those on a future mushroom hunter's knife, and I might just be doing that. Here's the link to it too. But that reminded me that I had been working on a mushroom hunter's knife for quite some time, and one of the things I was thinking of doing on there was adding a brush to the end, but I really wasn't sure how to do it. And I had grabbed one of these brushes, which is also made out of boar's hair, and I was thinking, how do I take these out of here and put them into the handle on this? And then after pulling the hairs out of the mushroom hunter's knife, I thought, well, maybe these are the same thing. Maybe these are also glued in place, and if I pull them out, they will still be glued together, and then all I'll need to do is move them over into the handle of this knife. And if you notice it, that's what I did. I ended up adding these into it with a two-part epoxy. But now, obviously, it's much too long, and I'm going to need to cut it down a bit, and that's what I'm going to do real quick here. But what I started with on here was a blade. I believe, I don't remember, I shouldn't take this off yet. I think I'll take off the tape in just a second, but then we'll have the reveal of this. But first thing I got to do is cut down these, the hair here to make it short enough so that it'll also be stiff enough to actually work as a brush on a mushroom hunter's knife. All right, I got my Outdoorsman here, and I'm going to pull out the scissors. Hopefully these will be good enough to do this. And then I got my ruler here. I'm thinking I should kind of eyeball this out to about an inch. I'm not going to go much shorter than an inch. That looks like right about there. So let's try and do this and see how it goes. They're really not the best scissors. I should have probably grabbed other scissors for this. Okay, that's a much stiffer brush now. Exciting, huh? So now I got this brush on there, and it is actually much stiffer. Actually, it looks like it will work pretty well. And notice this handle. I actually purposely grabbed this handle the way it is, and it's like I can fit my finger right like that, and it just works really well. And even right-handed, that little spur doesn't get in the way. It just gives you a place to index the knife so you won't slide up on the blade, because the blade is sharp all the way to the edge there. You can actually, yeah, I can, you know, if I grab it this way to cut towards me, this still gives me an index point. So now let's take off the tape, and well, I'll take the tape off. And it had been so long that I actually did this that I wasn't sure who made the blade, but the blade on this was made by Ontario Knife. It's this was their grape knife, and now I have turned their grape knife into a really funky looking mushroom hunter's knife. And this is the second mushroom hunter's knife that I have made, second fixed blade mushroom hunter's knife I've made. The other one here is right here. This is the Croton stool. Did a little bit of scrimshaw work on this one. The brush on this one is way too soft. I think what I'm going to try and do is drill out this brush and replace it with a new one, because this one works a whole lot better. This one is just a little too soft. I guess it might work, but the stiffer brush should be better. And if you notice here, I actually got a centimeter roll going on here. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters. I scratched that in there too. In any case, now I've got two fixed blade mushroom hunter knives and a big pile of boar's hair on the table. Deal with that in a little bit. As long as we're looking at fixed blades, here's another one I picked up. This one, if you remember when I was doing the video on camp knives, I mentioned that it's kind of cool the way some of the fish knives have a bottle opener on it. And right when I was doing that video, about a day later, I was on eBay and I saw this knife, and it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I watched it for well over a week, and no one was bidding on it or anything. And they had a really low price at it to begin with. And it's unmarked. I don't know who made it. I suspect that it's probably made in Solingen, Germany. I don't know for certain, but it's got a nice little fuller there. You got the fish scaler on the back there, and you got the bottle opener right there, and a nice stacked leather handle going on. And you can see there from the pin that the tang goes all the way through, so that's pretty cool. Looks like an aluminum pommel. You also got the aluminum spacer up here, and most likely a stainless steel guard. Might be a carbon steel guard. It's a carbon steel blade though. Really nice knife. Fits the hand really nice. I love the these railroad spike pommels that some of these knives have. This just feels good in the hand. So that was pretty cool. I might be revisiting that pretty soon. And I picked this up at a local yard sale, and this is an Always Saw Ultra Manufacturing Company, New York City. And this is an old style Always Saw blade holder, and like a little pistol grip. When I picked it up, it actually had an old blade on it too, but the old blade was so worn out that it wouldn't even cut anything. And so what I went and did is I picked up new blades. Where are the blades? Okay, here it is. It's the Always Handy Saw blades. And there's two of them on the card. Well, one of them's off because I'm going to be putting it on the handle. But one of them is for wood, the HT10T. And then the other is the HT24T, which is for metal. These things cost more than the knife handle did for me, or the pistol grip handle cost for me. I think I got this for like $2, and these were like $4 or $5. Probably get them cheaper in a store. So now I've got to hook this on here, and I have done this once before, and it is a little tricky because this is a little tight to get on there because the older blades are shaped slightly different, I think. And I think they're a little thinner, so I will be right back. I'm going to have to knock this on with a hammer. Okay, so, all right, so now I've tapped it on, and you see how it just fits in there. And it can also go on the top, and then if you got it on the top, you would saw like so, but it's like pretty cool. I like this. It'd be really good. You can see right there, it's kind of pointy, so you can actually punch that through the drywall, and then you can cut holes with it, and or anything else that you need to do. So it's a really handy little saw, and I'm going to use it probably for cutting antler and also for cutting bone and stuff. And the blade moves a little bit, but it is in there solid. It's just a really cool little thing. And I know they make these still, but the handle is just not as cool as it used to be. So we got that out of the way, and well, let's see, what else are we going to talk about? Okay, this knife here, the folks on Kitty's Corner have already seen this one. Matter of fact, if you're in the community, I also posted a picture of this one. I'll be talking about this one very soon, and probably the first two for Tuesday I do. And this is the Safari Trooper, and it's a pretty cool knife. Really happy to get one of these. I've been trying to get one of these for quite some time. I have other ones in the Safari line, but this one is this one was really one I was truly after. In any case, stay tuned. We'll be seeing this one probably within a couple days. This might be my very first two for Tuesday that I'm going to be doing. Speaking of two for Tuesdays, I got this one a couple weeks ago. This was something that arrived in the mail, kind of anonymous. I wasn't sure who sent it or anything, and just got it in the mail, and with a note that said, "Hey, I hope you like this." And what it is it's an old bear mushroom knife, and I guess it's kind of like pack of wood, but obviously it's also kind of like our rainbow here. And you got the brush down here and the mushroom blade up there. Now I added this to it, but worked out pretty well. And I'll be talking about this one also in a two for Tuesday, because got this other mushroom knife that I've had for some time now that I really never broke out and talked about. But this is the Opinel mushroom knife, and these have been around for a little bit, but I never got around to doing a video on this one. So I'll be doing that one, and what I'm going to do is I'll do a comparison of the Old Bear and the Opinel mushroom knife, because well, the locking mechanism is very similar to both of those. So, and this is the first Old Bear I've ever gotten. I think I own about 4 or 5 Opinels. So we'll be talking about those real soon. Let's start on the pile in the back here now. This is a pretty cool little knife in this box. This is actually the last knife I actually picked up. Good Buddy by Easy Rider. Well, I'm sorry. Good Buddy Easy Rider. This is in, it's actually a Kershaw. I don't know how long ago it was made. I will be doing a video on this one, but it's just really cool. At first it looked like a little lockback, but it's not. It's just a slip joint, about 3 inches long. And like I said, it's by Kershaw. The only thing I know for sure about it, it is in what was known as their Easy Rider line. I got to look up some information on that, but just a cute little slip joint going on there. And this is also made in Japan. It's really neat. Definitely deserving of its own video. And this is one of the few Kershaws I own. But this is the cool blade on it. You got the flathead screwdriver there, the bottle opener, and then you've got a file on both sides, 2 different kinds of nail files going on there, which is pretty cool. And I saw that online, and this is another one of those things where like a last minute bid that was out there. It's like it's coming up and nobody's bidding on it. I saw it, and man, I grabbed it right away. And then I started looking around, and these things are not cheap. But it was just really cool. So I'll be doing a video on that one pretty soon. Yeah, well, let's show it there. We'll set it right there. And now this next one we got back here, this is marketed by West Marine. This is the one I just recently picked up too. This is by Witcher though, and it's pretty cool. I like these. It glows in the dark. It's a nautical knife. You got the sheepfoot blade in the back here. I will probably talk about this one later too. It's pretty cool. And then the other blade you got on here has your shackle key and a bottle opener as well. So pretty cool little knife here. You know, a rope knife, and well, I got a good selection of rope knives. I will definitely revisit this one, maybe in a 2 for Tuesday also, because I have another Witchard's rope knife too. Let's start on the big pile in the back now. And this one will definitely have a video coming up soon. I don't know how long these have been around. This is Remington. It's made in China, however. So it's a newer one. I know that. I don't know if this just recently became available or what. But it's kind of like a the bone on here is very similar to a worm groove or a Winterbottom bone, and it's obviously a Congress pattern. But what this is the what do they call it? The Backwoods Congress bird dressing knife. There we go. Backwoods Congress bird dressing knife, multi-blade. And here's the blades you got on here. I will definitely show this again. Got this clip blade, and then you have the sheepfoot blade here, but the sheepfoot blade is a serrated sheepfoot blade, or scalloped, whichever way you want to call it. And then this blade is your choke for your shotgun, 12 and 20 gauge chokes. And then the bird hook. So this is a really cool knife. And I think this is the 3rd or 4th bird hook knife that I own. But this is really cool. And I will definitely be talking about that one more in the very near future. And what we got back here are 2 more Queen Winterbottom knives that will also be talked about in the very near future too. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the boxes though, what's on the inside. These are in the Winterbottom, and got a couple more that I want to pick up. This is the first one I grabbed, and this is like a half Whittler. And you notice there it's got your swell center there, and it's kind of a cool little blade there. You got this clip blade on this side, and then on the other side we have a pin blade. They call it a half Whittler. It's an unequal end pin knife, a swell center knife, a humpback, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool. I got that one, and then I got this one here. This is the other one I recently picked up, also in the Winterbottom. And this is the fish knife. And I knew about the fish knife, but I just didn't bother to pick it up. And I'll explain why I didn't pick it up earlier in the video when I do this one. I'll do these together too as a 2 for Tuesday. But in any case, that's what I got coming up, and a lot of the stuff that I have recently purchased, and that doesn't include the stuff that I just ordered. But hope you enjoyed looking at some of these things that are coming up. I know it's a big hodgepodge. Some of them will definitely get their own video in the near future. Other ones, maybe not. But with that said, I'll let you go, and I'll talk to you again soon. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pius. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.